Welcome to the new episode of Bars and Armbars, the wrestling podcast that recognizes that NWA is also a rap group and a wrestling organization. That's the way. So this episode we're going to talk about the last week, which is Raw, Smackdown, and the pay-per-view, which was the greatest Royal Rumble.
Or also known as Botchamania.
Yeah. Also known as sliding into DMs. So we just got that playing in the background because it's funny as hell.
We'll get to that, but I think that was the highlight of the whole event, really.
Spoilers alert. This was the highlight of that event. Okay, so let's start off with Raw. And lucky you're here because you got your laptop and well organized.
Stays ready, yo.
Stays ready.
So I guess highlights include like Brock Lesnar coming out with Paul Heyman, coming in, prepping up for the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Talking how they talk, and then having Roman Reigns come out and do his little rah-rah, say, I'm gonna get that belt. I think, this week's event's a little not too exciting, even especially leading up to the Raw thing. But yeah, so that went on for their steel cage match at the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
We saw some more action from Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy.
Yeah. I'm digging that.
Yeah, I like that vibe too. It's the leader of worlds. I like the combination. I guess a squash match with the Ascension. The squash. I don't think Ascension have had a decent run.
They haven't had a decent run ever since they left NXT.
Ever since they left, and it just looks like two extra casts from God of War, that video game, because they have the same kind of war paint. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had a little showcase, and
reminded me of a podcast. They had the layout where they were sitting on the tables, and they had the table stands with the mics, and it just reminded me of podcasting. So I was like, yeah, this is dope.
Yeah, made it fun. Had a little section, brought out Kurt Angle, teased him a bit. I think because they were saying that he was going to be in that Royal Rumble, as well as Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And then eventually they got made into a match with two big guys, Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. And did you see the match?
Not really. I haven't had time this week, but I've read the reviews and the highlights. I've seen the highlights.
Yes.
And yeah, I think this whole Raw event was pretty much just,
like I said,
building up to the event that we'll get to the greatest Royal Rumble.
But that greatest Royal Rumble was more of a B-side kind of pay-per-view. They didn't put much storyline or push behind it. It was just not a filler, but a filler. Yeah,
we'll get to that. Let's go to SmackDown. Is there anything else in Raw?
Actually, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre still doing the tag team thing. I like the
they have the sickest finishing moves.
Yes, the Claymore / zigzag.
Plus, it gives them something to do.
It's kind of giving at least Dolph Ziggler a refresh, and then Drew McIntyre another a longer refresh, because he's been back from a while back.
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal, not much there. I mean, what can you say? Chad Gable, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins tag team with them tag teaming against the remains of the Miztourage.
Oh, okay, the jobber. Yeah, the job tourage.
Yeah, I like it. And then to mention the 10 women tag team match featuring Ronda Rousey at the end with the save.
Oh
giving Mickie James the quick armbar,
Yeah.
And Mickie James, prior to that, Mickie James giving her a sliding baseball slide.
Okay.
Oh yeah, stop playing, bro. Sliding in the
DMs.
Yeah. Shouts out to Titus. Titus World Slide.
That's it. But they're really pushing Ronda Rousey to be.
Well, if they were pushing, they would put her into the match. But I guess saving her, kind of like a Brock Lesnar style, saving her for the bigger matches.
Yeah, I think they should do it to not WrestleMania, SummerSlam,
and then get her
onto the
regularly.
shows.
I agree.
Yes, so they could milk out the whole mystique of everything. But right now, she just seems great with her strikes. But
do you think
sometimes she just looks a bit awkward.
Yes,
like pulling up Natalia, drag her by her arm.
Yeah.
I was just trying. Yeah, I was like, "Are you okay?" She's just standing there and stuff. She just needs to work those tweaks
what
out.
What do you think about that approach to like not giving her like making a friendship of her and Natalia? Especially, I think previously Natalia was a bit more heel. So is that leading Ronda towards the heel,
the last 2
heel
weeks,
path? Or is that helping turn Natalia face?
Nah, I think that they're gonna go with the whole Natalia being her friend and being a face, and then in 2 months she's gonna turn on Ronda Rousey, and then
good call, good prediction. Let's revisit that, but it seems
pretty predictable that way.
Yeah,
so.
it does now.
Like it just doesn't seem believable that she just turned face straight away.
Yeah.
And these past 2 weeks they're just like, oh, she's a face. She's a good guy. She's one of the good guys because she's hanging out with Ronda.
Yeah.
And then give it about 2 months, it's like, no, it's all good.
Good dynamic. Let's see. So on to SmackDown. We had Miz TV do a similar thing to what he does, the Miz TV.
Yeah. Possibly a face turn.
Ooh, maybe, but like,
or probably like anti-hero type.
And then
of thing.
like was trying to interview Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan got attacked backstage by Big Cass. Big Cass cast me outside.
Yeah, I'm calling him Big Edge. He looked like Edge, and he sounded like Edge throughout that whole promo.
Does look like Edge. Does talk like a Edge is Canadian.
Canadian. Are they both Canadian?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Okay. And actually, isn't Cass because like this backstory with him and Enzo? They're from like Brooklyn or New York kind of vibe.
Yeah,
talking like that.
But you can tell that he's been watching some promos of Edge because he has the same tone and the way he speaks is just the same.
Yeah. So that interfering with Daniel Bryan again.
With I think, Big Cass, I think
that's a match coming at Backlash, I believe.
Yeah. And after that promo, I started to actually be more connected with Big Cass. Before, it was like, oh, it's just Enzo's partner. And then after this promo, he showed that
he can hold his own. Yeah.
He can hold his own, but at the same time, he has kind of a story to tell.
Yes.
He has his back. He already just told everyone his backstory. He used to be bullied.
Yep.
Instead, he just worked out and became, beat the bullies type of thing. And it added more layers to his character rather than just being just the big guy who just hates the little guy type of thing.
And I think it'll be fun to see that big man versus little man kind of match, David Goliath style.
I still don't know if I could trust him in the ring with his ring work. We're just gonna have to see, but. He's proven
as in he won't take care of Daniel Bryan.
No, I mean like a good match. Trying to get a good match,
I haven't seen like a kind of A+ kind of match from him as yet.
I'm just used to seeing him as a tag
team
partner,
tag partner. Yes.
So maybe I'll be proved wrong. We'll see. But for now, he's proven me that he's actually okay on the mic, and he has a story to tell.
That's prime time. That's the opening act, and to be given that trust to come out prime time. There must be a push for him.
Yeah.
So let's see. Iconics and versus Becky Lynch and Asuka. So technically giving Asuka her first loss in the form of a tag team, but in the form of a cheap roll up. Yeah. Like holding the ropes and legs on ropes and pinning.
They needed to give Iconics more of a push anyway. Asuka doesn't need. It's
been
push.
Fun to see them come on the show and kind of mock Charlotte, mock Asuka. Talk their talk because and there's a lot of support and the fans are loving it. I'm loving it. Like they're a fun tag team, given like the women's division. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, as in like Asuka doesn't. She's been built to a point that she can take a few losses here and there, and if it's just to benefit the incoming divas,
new talents,
new women, then so be it. So
I agree.
So it helps them out, and she didn't get the pin. She didn't eat the pin, so it's not. It wasn't as
that's
a
she did
eat
the pin. She ate the pin.
Did she eat the pin? Did she? I'm pretty sure it was Becky Lynch, wasn't it?
Let's review.
I'm pretty sure because I remember seeing it. I'm saying.
Okay, no, my bad. Yes, it was Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
But technically
she lost because of the tag team. Yeah.
So there's that. A few other fights.
It'd be cool if she keeps losing in all these tag teams and then she just turns heel because like she just accumulated all these losses through tag teams.
Yeah.
So she doesn't trust anyone. She's like fed up. Like, oh, come on, man. I used to be undefeated and now I keep losing through you because of you guys. I never ate the pin.
That'd be a good story for her.
That'd be good.
Yeah. But then I think like they won't rely too much on tag. I think they're gonna give some individuality for Asuka because she needs that still because she just moved to SmackDown. but it could be a dynamic of maybe 4-way between Becky Lynch, Asuka, Iconics, with that partnership playing in mind. But then when it comes down to the final two, you know, like how it usually goes, like a bit of tag team and then turn on each other for a bit, or like respect kind of
fight. We'll see how we
go.
We'll see how we
that's
go
that. Carmella and the Charlotte Flair segment.
Oh yeah,
Carmella coming out talking shit about I'm the champion, you know, blah blah. Charlotte comes out to sign the contract for their match. At the pay-per-view. Is it Backlash? I
think it's Backlash. Yeah,
I think it's Backlash. And then flipping the table on the
yeah, Carmella's good. She's great as a heel, as in like her character is just so.
She's very egotistical, like very full of herself.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And
the heel work, like that kind of stuff.
At the same time, Charlotte's pretty much nearly the same character in a different way.
Yeah.
Like, she has a more prestige approach to
the
showing off the flair.
Yes.
Like, you know, I'm on top, I'm the queen.
Yes.
And then Carmella's just full on, you know, I'm just the best. I'm the, you know, the glamorous one.
Even though I stole the win, I'm the best. Yes.
Yeah. What would the Money in the Bank people, they always like justify it by saying that I went through Money in the Bank and won.
Yep.
And she went through 2. And even though one of them, you know, she won through...
Yeah.
What's his face? I keep forgetting his name. Ellsworth.
Yes, Ellsworth.
James
Ellsworth.
You know, she's trying to justify the fact that she won it through Money
fair
in
and
the Bank,
square.
fair and square.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's how Money in the Bank people justify it.
Well, that's how heels justify it too.
Yeah,
I guess. But so that was that. The table landed on her head quite. But I guess it was probably a soft table.
Yeah,
it landed on her head. Like I was like, oh shit, is that real? Is that
oh man, I'm excited to see some blood happening
for women's.
Oh, bro. Some blood feuds. Our first blood match between women's.
I'm trying to think if there ever was one for like blood for a women's match.
Or even on the woman, just as like I don't think there has been. Like I don't even remember a time where.
Or if there was like
there's a woman bleeding.
Hardcore match for women. I know like they've had ladder matches.
Pretty sure they had a hardcore match somehow, but like I don't think there has been any blood.
Yeah.
Like no blood.
Yeah. It could be. I hope it's not like a gender thing, but it could be something to explore as they're trying to build up their women's revolution through with Stephanie McMahon.
We're in the PG era, so it's gonna be hard.
So
So the only time we'll get blood is probably by accident.
Yep.
But so hopefully, I don't know. I think it'll just add a bit more to the division having another.
And I think with WWE they're quite selective about when they choose to showcase blood, because I remember a match with Shinsuke and Samoa Joe on NXT. Samoa Joe started bleeding and they stopped the match like whilst live to wipe up his blood.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for a while.
Yeah. So maybe they're trying to showcase or integrate like the UFC style of, you know, cleaning up. And
I think, you know what they should do with Ronda? Have her bleed.
She's the one
to be the one that's be bleeding on first time on WWE television as a woman.
But
they'll add to more of her badass thing. Like we should get Asuka to just beat the shit out of her.
It would, but
maybe she might beat someone else.
It depends
because
she might have, or she still has like a UFC pride to her, just like how Brock Lesnar has that pride. And to be made to bleed on the match, you know, it might deflate her ego. So whether if she's the one dishing it, then that's okay.
I think she should dish it. Maybe that should be her thing.
Just make her bleed.
Make him bleed. Yeah. That'll be sick, actually.
Yeah.
That'll make her more... He'll Ronda Rousey making people bleed every single match. Oof. And we're not going to get it.
No.
We are not going to
Definitely not on your weekly show. You might get it on a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Alright, sweet.
So from there, bit of action with Randy Orton and Shelton Benjamin with the interference from a masked man, who turned out to be Sunil Singh. So, which is random because Jinder Mahal's on Raw. So, what is the dynamic there?
I think they're just trying to continue.
Unless
somehow
they're pushing Sunil Singh.
Yeah. I remember that time you threw me on the announce table. That's a good story.
Remember that DDT that you flung me like a motherfucker?
It was time to come back. And I'm just happy that Shelton Benjamin's actually got the win.
He still got it, and he's still
got it.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I'm just tired of Randy Orton. So there's nothing going on.
And I've noticed that he looks much more old. Like he looks quite much more older to remember him during his like legend killer kind of status and such.
Even
like
his legacy days.
Yeah, but I mean, like say like The Rock or Stone Cold, they always looked relatively fresh and young, whereas he's like showing his age now. Like it's good and bad. I mean, like it shows like the veteran, but then it's just like in terms of character, he's still at the same place. He needs something new.
You need something.
Like even Bray Wyatt got decent refresh. Like teaming up with Matt.
Yeah, like he needs something like that. He's as a solo wrestler, he either has to change his gimmick or join up a tag team to like the closest thing was like when he joined up with Bray Wyatt.
Yep.
That was the closest thing to a change, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But now he's just back to stale Randy Orton walking slow to, hearing voices in his head and shit.
Yep, and snakes on the ramps and shit.
Yeah, it's just like it's so stale. Like I could understand if it was a out there gimmick where they could keep going at it, like the Undertaker.
Yep.
But Randy Orton's
there's nothing. Yeah, nothing comes truly to mind. Like he had Legacy with the two other
which that gimmick was pretty much just like every other gimmick. It's like Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers.
Yes, but look
Edgeheads.
at where what's his name? Previously Stardust.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, look where he is at now. Like in terms of like.
But in terms of that time, the gimmick
time,
was the same.
Same. Yep. Okay. Fair call. Next one, final one. Shinsuke and Rusev versus AJ Styles and the Club.
What do you reckon of Shinsuke's new music?
I like it. I like the.
I think the whole thing is just to stop people from chanting.
Yeah. Well, apparently in the recording itself, there's like white noise to cancel out when the crowd sings along. So let's see if that. And then I was reading this on Reddit, and I saw like a comment that said maybe they should put white noise to Roman's theme so they can't hear the boos.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know. Maybe it's a different like cheers are more of a higher frequency.
Yeah.
So they probably have to do a different type of noise. But the music, I like it. I like the whole.
I think it adds a new dynamic, and it adds to his like just in time for his kind of heel turn.
Yeah, and plus it makes his dance move a bit more crazy,
eclectic.
He's like he looks like I think in his past life he was a backup dancer for Usher.
Whilst looking like MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had the match. After the match, Styles started attacking Shinsuke, and then usual low blow, and then he was gonna hit him with the Kinshasa. Can you say it?
No, I have no idea. I just call it the knee to face.
The knee to face. And then Anderson took it instead.
Which I
took it twice.
I liked it. Added more of an element of
But what story does that build in terms of are they gonna do like a tag thingy?
It's more of a like to me
3-on-1 maybe.
It was more of a because he at the end he did it again while AJ was helpless.
Shouts to LJ.
Yeah, AJ was like helpless, and then he did it again to what's his face?
His face. Yeah. So like,
and then it was more so like, all right, the way to hurt you even more.
Yeah, so like kind of tragic. You can't help, and
is to mentally get into your head and hurt the people around you.
Yeah.
So that's more heelish and devious in a way. So hopefully he continues that. Like just keeps beating the shit out of the club.
But I mean, it's gonna catch up soon because Shinsuke doesn't have click. Like he doesn't have crew. It's just him.
If he continues doing it, then he'll look even more badass, being like
because he can carry
himself, and just mind games. Like that's the whole thing with Shinsuke. Eh?
Yeah, like, no speaker English.
Yeah, it's mind games. So if he continues just beating the crap out of the club, and AJ can't help, like lock him in the locker room and then beat the crap out of them both in the ring, or something like that,
Yeah, okay.
So it adds more of like, oh, this guy's so devious. He's not even touching AJ and he's hurting him so much, like mentally. So like during the match, he could be like out of it. It's like he could either be like
so you're
full
saying,
raged or like his mentality is just all messed up. So hopefully,
you're saying it will lead to it's a good story build from for this. This
it's better than just seeing him giving him low blows
every
constantly.
Week. Yes, okay. I guess
I just feel sorry for AJ because like after that many low blows, it's just like, won't you wear a cup?
Well, at least I think he's had like I think he's done with having kids, so but he's got to be wearing something there.
You got to wear a cup after a few low blows. Like, that'd be funny if the next one he does the low blow, but it doesn't work. He's like,
there's like steel there or something.
It's like
if you remember like Bret Hart,
with
Goldberg, with the steel.
That's what I was thinking.
So he had the steel chest piece, when Goldberg speared him, he just knocked out cold. So maybe
break his arm
or taser or something.
Yeah, taser. I don't know if that could work.
Well, it adds to Shinsuke's like eclectic manner.
Yeah. So we could do that, like as in. Hopefully, I like the direction it's going. Hopefully, just continue it.
Will it carry on to SummerSlam?
Because I'm expecting Samoa Joe versus AJ for SummerSlam. That's what I'm expecting, because I reckon that'll be great for SummerSlam.
Yeah,
gives it a bit more difference, and Shinsuke is just gonna be the in betweener, and then hopefully it'll just build, because I think this whole summer before SummerSlam. Oh, well, it's like autumn here and winter here. But before that, like AJ is just making Shinsuke look more of a heel.
Yeah.
And just building character
to pass him on
that
to
way.
someone else.
Yeah,
whoever's gonna fight. Yeah. That's fair.
So hopefully it works, and then he can move on to Samoa Joe, which is another kind of dream match.
Well, if that's the case, your scenario, who do you think Shinsuke would fight then? Roman Reigns.
That's not gonna work. Who is up there? In Smackdown, Daniel Bryan.
Yes,
Daniel Bryan versus
that's a good one, yeah.
Shinsuke at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's explosive.
With Samoa Joe versus AJ.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, point made. I like that one.
Yeah.
But then Miz is still there. And then who's got the?
Oh yeah, that's gonna go to SummerSlam.
Yeah. So.
Because Big Cass is pretty much the Shinsuke.
Yep.
Of that feud.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. All right, cool. Next one.
And that's it for SmackDown.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. Let's go to the greatest Royal Rumble.
The greatest.
Subpar Royal Rumble. Wait, let's play this. This is the greatest. Yee. Look at him go.
Safe.
Look at
Safe.
him go.
Oh,
it doesn't loop. Okay, cool. Anyways, so are we gonna go match by match? You want to do that?
Well, we'll cover what we'll cover.
Alright, or we could do like the worst, the best, and a few honorable mentions, like highlights.
Okay.
And then we can talk about the Royal Rumble itself.
Okay. Did you watch it live? No, you didn't watch it live.
I didn't watch it live.
It was like 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
2
here.
2 a.m. start, yeah.
And it finished at 8. So I watched it at 8 and finished it at 2. So highlights for me, I mean the best matches for me, besides the Rumble, which wasn't that great anyway, I'm saying is John Cena versus Triple H.
You mean Kratos? Look like God of War?
Yeah. I was like, oh, Triple H is looking as in like more
buff.
And he looks the part. So before, like, this is the first time I think in a long time, as in like I was thinking this is a better look than the long hair Triple H. Before this, I was like, long hair Triple H was a better look for him.
No, I think like coming of age, shaved his head.
Shaved his head.
Looks much.
But I never really got into it until now. So I was like, the beard's like full.
The beard helps it. The beard helps it definitely. Imagine if John Cena grew a beard. It doesn't make sense.
And shaved his head.
Yeah.
His haircut though, it's all spiky and shit. It's like stuck in 2003. It's like, what's going on?
He was trying to find a new date after breaking up, but nah, that's too soon. Breaking up with
he should use it as a gimmick, as in like.
To turn heel?
Yeah, in turn, like he continued the whole
love.
Like, trying to desperate for a match, but instead of a match, it's like a date match. So it's like
intergender.
Yeah.
So Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to find a WrestleMania date, like for next year.
Yeah, for next year, and it's not Taker this time.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be great. It'll add to his Hollywood status type of thing. Hollywood John Cena.
Just going back to the WrestleMania match, John Cena and Taker, just sidestep. Do you feel that one was a bit underwhelming, like in terms of to legend in the making, underwhelming because it was a squash match?
Yeah.
And do you think they'll do something like proper, or
now that they did that, and then I watched the Greatest Royal Rumble, now I have in my mind that Rusev has lasted longer
than John Cena.
And it's in a casket match, so it kind of. Maybe John Cena did that on purpose, so now he's pushing everyone versus Undertaker that lasts longer than 5 minutes.
Yep.
So Rusev did better than he actually got a few shots in.
Yeah.
At least, so
fair call.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was your top match.
That was my top match. Actually, it's mixed up between that, the ladder match, and the tag team match, which was
which tag team, SmackDown or Raw?
The Raw one.
Yeah.
When SmackDown one just breezed through it.
Yep.
I was like, whatever.
I think anything with the Bludgeon Brothers is gonna until they
change the gimmick.
Yeah.
The gimmick puts me off so much.
Yeah.
But
The Druids.
what was I gonna say? The matches weren't great, but they were just good. But I enjoyed it. They're enjoyable, but they weren't classics.
I think
great.
for me, this was like a kind of filler pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and
even the ladder match, it was safe.
Yeah, they
like
kept
the
it
spots
safe.
were super safe, and the ending was abrupt. You know, I like the ending because it just shows how even as a face, he could still be sneaky and just take it from under you. You know, Seth Rollins as a face is because I like him as a heel because he's just kind of reminds me of the days where Edge was just doing the same shit.
Yeah. Just very conniving and
just do anything, anything you can
to win. Yeah.
So I like that kind of edge to him, even though there's a face.
Yeah,
is what I did there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that match was super safe. That match alone showed that this whole thing was exhibition.
Exhibition match. Yeah.
I was talking to Richard yesterday because I saw him, and then I was saying that if this pay-per-view never happened, it wouldn't matter to it wouldn't have changed
because in terms of storyline, nothing moves. Like there was no
except for the tag team match, the Raw one, because they crowned new champions.
Other than that, nothing moved.
Nothing moved.
Yep.
Like everyone that he expected to win,
and then like the double count out with AJ and Shinsuke
didn't matter. So and also the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, so cheap.
Doesn't matter. And what was I gonna say? Like everything else was just stagnant and the same. So if this pay-per-view wasn't there, it's still the same.
I thought they would have given it to Roman Reigns finally because going to Saudi Arabia, apparently they like him more there. They cheer him more there. So that that push would have made sense. And technically, he touched the floor first. Brock's in the freaking cage.
They botched it. And even the announcer said that you have to have both feet on the ground.
Yeah.
They even mentioned it. I like, okay, cool. Now I've noticed it to the point that this is definitely a botch of some sort. Also, the winners of the matches were dead giveaways because some of it was inter brands.
Yes.
Like, for example, say the tag team match or the ladder match.
Seth, like, Finn, Samoa Joe.
It's either gonna be Seth or Finn.
Yep.
Because like they're not gonna put the US title on someone from SmackDown, or vice versa. But it was a dead giveaway. So this pay-per-view was exhibition, and it had some good matches, but overall, it was pretty average. Yeah. Even I could say below average.
Regarding the cruiserweight match, and I guess like in terms of move sets, so Kalisto's move is that is the Solar de whatever that is. Got reversed into a lumber check. So lumber check was like the opponent's back lands on the guy's knees.
Yeah.
What do you think about those moves that are like kind of dangerous like that to the back of the head? Because you think they try to keep it safe.
When it comes to the head, there's most of the stuff is banned.
Because like look at Curb Stomp when they brought it back recently, but I think they've modified it so it's a softer kind of landing, but still looks vicious. But those moves like that involve the back, because those look quite painful.
I don't think WWE has actually thought about the back. They're too focused on head injuries because that's concussion, brain damage.
But back injuries are just as bad. Like how so the main injuries from I think.
But I think the head injuries they couldn't cause more death than the backs. The back just. Shawn
Michaels, how he landed incorrectly, but like that's like not on a move. That's landing incorrectly.
So it's not death. It doesn't have any. You won't get killed.
I don't know, man. I think like
you'll get paralyzed.
Yeah.
At most.
But look at like I don't know. Think about like Dolph Ziggler's zigzag. He just grab you from the back by the neck and drag you down. And he's jumping.
They're gonna have to find a way to modify it, or if they're gonna ban everything, then it'll just be like the soccer of wrestling. Yeah. Everything's all legs. You know what I mean? Because like what else can you do?
Yeah.
His back's pretty much most of the moves are very back based.
Yeah.
Besides like the leg stuff.
But that's like landing cleanly on your back. Like say a normal suplex.
Yeah. I think the back breakers are probably
those are the.
If they were to break, to ban it, then if they were to ban a move, they'd probably like back breakers and stuff.
Yes.
But then what do you call it? Roderick Strong or something.
Yeah.
His moves are
Yeah,
like
exactly.
all backbreakers.
Yeah.
I was like, but I loved the way he did it. Like he continuously just did all these different backbreakers on everyone. I was like, what the hell? And it was like different modifications of it.
Yeah.
And that was interesting to watch. But in terms of the back, yeah, I don't think they'll ban anything. They'll probably like try to figure out ways, kind of like the curb stomp, figure out safer ways to do it.
Modify it slightly.
It just needs, I think, one more big injury to a big superstar will change it. As in, like, oh, we need to figure.
Because I think, like, say, like when you involve weapons like hardcore match or like tables, you know, you're laying there. Usually, you're laying on the table or on the ladder, and then the move gets done to you, which kind of it preserves your back. But if it's something impact on the back, just thinking like, you know, it can bend anyway, can cause injuries and such. That's all. Just a thought. Going to the Royal Rumble itself. Few gotta play it.
I gotta play it all the time. Yeah.
So 50 people. We had a few surprise entries. We had a random sumo wrestler at number 7.
Yeah, random. I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
And then the surprises, and that was pretty much it.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio coming back.
Yeah, but they actually promoted him on.
Previously.
Yeah, previously. So we knew he was coming.
Yep.
They shouldn't have done that. Like they should have just to add a little bit of surprise and not tell anyone who's going to be in it.
Or maybe it was a requirement from Saudi Arabia. Who's on the card? We need to know.
Yeah, it's just weird. As in, like, it just felt really flat.
It was flat.
Like a longer. It felt
a longer
like
normal show.
Yeah, it was like watching a Royal Rumble, a normal one, but in slow mo. That's how slow it was. It's just really slow. It never got exciting until Titus O'Neil fell on the ground. After that, the Rumble.
Commentators lost their shit too.
Yeah. But I was just thinking, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, they're not gonna fly all these random people out to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. And you saw that. I'm sure you saw that like Instagram or whatever of all those wrestlers having dinner together. Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Vince McMahon's there. I think eating with someone.
I didn't see it, but okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it showed like some of the people that were already on the card. But
so I don't think because if it was in America, then there's a chance that all these random other people will come.
Yep, America is that.
But it's in another country, so
actually they had some a few locals participate in a match, but they had the Davaris. I think they're from 205 Live, possibly.
Yeah, I think so. They had a couple of ones that I was like, okay, they're from other organizations, like NXT or 205.
Yep.
But it just felt flat. It's like there was no excitement.
Great Khali.
Yeah, it was. I was like, okay, and he got nearly most of them got out of the ring within 3 seconds
when they came in. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Chris Jericho last. Shane McMahon was in it. That was
Oh yeah. His first time in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Kurt Angle, pretty cool. A few NXT guys came in.
Yeah. But
no one that I know though. Tucker Knight, Dan Matha.
Like that tall guy, the big guy. That's nearly as tall. That's pretty much as big as Braun Strowman. I forgot his name. He was I don't know. People will just remind me.
Yeah.
But in terms of the whole match, I could have done without. Like the whole thing, like the prize. There's nothing. There's no prize. It was like the battle royales.
Well, there was that. They had a Saudi Arabia kind of belt, right? Like that green belt. But like, what
are you gonna do with that? Like
you can't
next time we
it.
come back,
once he defends.
Yeah, he has to defend it within 40 against 49 other people. But you don't know what to do with that. And the trophy was huge. Did
it matter who won? I mean, like Braun Strowman won, but would it have helped anyone that needed a push if they won this one?
It helped Braun. It wouldn't help anyone else, but it would. It helped Braun.
Yeah.
To solidify his monsterness.
I guess.
It added to it. So like, because like I don't know, they're letting Braun become the ultimate monster.
Yeah.
Doing everything.
Yeah.
Now he's got his record of elimination.
Yeah.
Now he's got. Didn't he do eliminations in or is it still Roman Reigns eliminations Survivor Series? Is it Braun? Yeah, because he became the he just eliminated the whole team. Yeah. So they're doing as much as possible to make Braun like obviously the strongest.
Strong, yeah.
So
extra strong.
My prediction is he's the one that's going to take the belt off Brock. He has to.
Yeah.
they're building him so much to a point.
Maybe he'll defend the Saudi Arabia, the greatest Royal Rumble belt against the.
You know, it'd be cool if he just wears it for a year.
Yeah, why not?
And he doesn't defend it at all. Just wear it. It just becomes a part of his
gimmick.
Yeah, and then maybe it might be building it to a point that someone from Saudi Arabia will verse him, and then he loses. You know, you never know.
Daniel Bryan starting one and lasting for most of the match was another record, I think.
You know what I don't like though, is the point where people just leave the ring through under the ropes and just lay at the ground.
Yeah,
and you can tell, and you can see them, and then they just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah,
perfect example is the Battle Royale when Naomi.
Yes,
came out of
yeah,
nowhere.
It's so cheap.
Like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
shit!
yeah,
Where did she come from?
Yeah,
she was laying outside.
Yeah.
So they have to try and eliminate that, like,
because it's technically it's a weak kind of approach to winning a match. One and two, like it is an element of surprise, but not the best use of an element of surprise.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't got someone who's heel to actually use that as an advantage. Like hide underneath the ring. I'm pretty sure that's happened, but hide underneath the ring. And then just come out at the end. Yeah, you know, so they could be technically
or get beat up along the way and get replaced. Who was that before?
Yeah. So, anyways, they should do that.
Yeah.
Or they should regulate it by saying, if you're out of the ring through under the ropes, then you can only stay maximum of 30 seconds.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Because
put a time limit.
Because people are just laying there, you know.
Yeah.
And then people just turn up out of nowhere. It's just. I know it's like the ring is getting full, but. They have to regulate it because it just doesn't make sense, because like someone could actually just sit in the stands, watch the whole match, come in, and then win the match. Yeah. You know?
It would have been cool if they introduced similar to the War Games concept where they have 3 rings.
Oh, I love War Games.
Because that would have been, hot.
War Games, or are you talking about World War 3?
Well, War Games was on NXT. And they had.
Did they do the 3 rings or 2 rings? Because usually 2.
War
Games, World War 3 in WCW.
Yes,
was 3 rings with a 60-man battle royale.
I swear, War Games is
2 rings.
Let's see.
All right, while we wait, this is our time to shout out to our sponsors, which is nobody, which is Starbucks. I know you guys are having a couple issues right now, but I don't think it affects anyone in Australia. So shout out to you guys.
2 rings, you're right.
Yeah, 2 rings.
But like the one in WCW, the World War 3.
Yeah, 3 rings.
Do you remember watching that?
I remember it was the funnier part is once it reached the final 20 or something,
like
everyone moves.
Like it just,
everyone stop what you're doing.
It's just assumed. You just have to.
Everyone stop what you're doing. Yep. Okay, let's move and continue fighting.
But yeah, those were fun. I think one of the most memorable ones was WCW versus NW versus.
Yeah, the 2 NWOs.
The 2 NWOs.
That was 98 when Diamond Dallas Page won. Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that they brought it back to NXT. I can't wait till it goes to WWE. Like,
if
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Shield versus 3MB versus I don't know, for some other team. So there's a lot of trios where they could even have their first women's war games. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That should be in like a Survivor Series or something. That'd be awesome. It adds a little flair. Like, do it for like at least 1 year. It's like War Games is one of those things that WWE should take from WCW, like, which they did, but they should put it into WWE program.
Yeah, because like the Elimination Chamber is another gimmicky one, but it's decent use like of how they allocate the spots and then like put a time to it. So when someone appears, so it builds that suspense, and then having 2 rings kind of gives a broader view of what's happening, multiple things happening at the same time, but
even they could just do it in a big Hell in a Cell.
How about the 3 levels of
I don't think WWE is going to take that.
Gimmicky,
Oh, super gimmicky. Like I remember the match in WCW Nitro. That was awesome. Like it was awesome at its spectacle.
Was it like each level had a different set of like it was a different set of rules?
I think like the
weapons.
The second level had weapons that you can use. The top level had the belt, I think, or whatever, and then you had to climb through, like, get a ladder to climb
what they do with like the ring setup after they've had the match. Like, do you store it away for a year, like, or where is it now? Like in that WWE warehouse.
It's probably like used
in your backyard.
Someone probably just bought it and then put it over
in
their
backyard.
house.
I'd do that too. Yeah, so that's Raw, SmackDown, and Greatest Royal Rumble covered.
Yeah. Any last thoughts for the Greatest Royal Rumble of the week?
I think I look forward to what's going to happen at Backlash and what they're building for that.
Yeah, because this whole event, I mean, like the whole
this
build,
is just to get a check from Saudi Arabia. I feel
the whole thing, and then because it's like you can tell from the start, is like, all right, there's the Greatest Royal Rumble, but everyone's also promoting their Backlash thing, like Samoa Joe,
at the same
I'll
time,
see you at Backlash after your Greatest Royal Rumble type of thing. And then everyone's been, like, Backlash has been built at the same time, so everyone knew that Backlash is the one with the storylines that will change.
This was just for like country building
exhibition. Like I didn't even know. Like you could tell. Like why is Rusev versing Undertaker? Why is John Cena versing Triple H?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll take it for what it is. I won't say it's terrible because it was built as an exhibition match or an exhibition pay-per-view. So yeah, I take back all the bad things I've said because it is what it is.
Agree. But I'm trying to think if they've... Do you think... remember when they went to the UK? WWE starts with an A?
Insurrection?
Oh, Insurrection, yes.
Yeah, because I remember his erection.
Nice. How do you compare... Because like, that's like another international one. Like, and how do you compare that to this one? If you remember the card.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember.
I can't really remember if it was kind of like a throwaway pay-per-view.
Let me see.
Didn't they have a internet one? And then CM Punk was in the poster. What was that called? They had an internet one, just and then you get to choose your matches or something.
I thought that was like
that was like a gimmick kind of pay per view.
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called.
Ooh.
But that reminded me of that. Like it was a throwaway because I knew that it was on a random day.
Yeah, and
then they were promoting something else at the same time.
Fun fact is that Insurrection one had it ran for 4 years. 2000 to 2003.
Well, was it a legit pay-per-view or was it just a pay-per-view kind of like the Greatest Royal Rumble? It was just thrown in there just to
that's
exhibition.
Well, if it ran for 4 years, you know, the main event was, so for example, the first one, the main event, The Rock versus Shane McMahon versus Triple H, triple threat for the WWF Championship at the time. Second year, Stone Cold and Triple H when they were the Power Trip, I'm guessing, because that's around the same time, versus Undertaker in a handicap match for the belt.
That makes sense.
Third year, Triple H versus Undertaker, and then fourth year, Triple H versus Kevin Nash in a street fight.
It was very house showy,
Yeah, but I think if
by the names, like by the match card, you can't really tell.
Yeah,
because
then like
if you look at this, if you look at this, like John Cena versus Triple H.
Yeah.
I wonder what the build was there.
Yeah.
No build. But cool. All right, let's go through our superstar of the week, jobber of the week, and match of the week.
Okay.
For WWE, have you watched anything else besides the WWE?
There
was a Ring of Honor.
There was an NXT one too.
Yeah.
Where
there's NXT.
The only highlights from that is like the Undisputed Era coming out, showing the bling, like showing the gold, and then Adam Cole getting into a match, defending straight away. So that's pretty cool. Like
NXT NWO type of thing.
Yeah, it was good vibe.
Cool.
Good vibe. Cool. And then Johnny Gargano was supposed to fight Aleister Black for the belt. Got run in by your mate Ciampa.
Yeah.
Just beating the shit out of him.
Then Insanity came out,
Yeah.
And
but Insanity's going to SmackDown. But that's right.
So obviously you knew they were gonna lose.
Yeah. So that's NXT in a nutshell. But gotta try to get into it more. The one thing.
How about outside Independence? I knew there was a Ring of Honor pay-per-view happening at the same time as the Greatest Royal Rumble.
And I think from New Japan, there's also like a road to a pay-per-view happening as well. So they have their like house shows going on.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I haven't, but I think there's one coming up, and we should probably try to get together and watch it, and then put our thoughts.
Yeah, last week
and learn, see like those wrestlers in that style more so.
How about Impact? Because there was a pay-per-view and there's this new champion who looks cool. I forgot what his name was, but there's a new champion or something, and then he just looks cool.
Does he look?
He looks like a Marvel villain.
Okay,
yeah. Like look it up. Impact. I don't know. Look up the wrestling site, and then you'll see how the main guy looks, the champion. I forgot his name. Just tell me his name as well. I think it's something Junior. But yeah, back to our sponsors, which is Starbucks. Right now I got a flat white because I like flat white with 1 sugar. That's my coffee of choice. So if you want to give me a coffee by email, just give me a flat white with 1 sugar, and we'll sort out something out. Cheatcoders Network. Coming soon is the Cheat Eats episode, as well as the Cheatcoders podcast. We've got Hello, It's Charles. We've got Bars and Armbars, which is this podcast. And then we also got The Sound Down Under with Tim Bautista, which is about music. So, yeah, did you have a look?
I can't find the one that you're talking about.
Ah, man.
You got Impact's the TV show, isn't it? I mean, like, it's the brand.
It's the wrestling brand now. It used
It's
to
the
be
brand.
TNA, but now it's Impact.
Okay. Was the pay-per-view called Redemption?
Yeah, Redemption.
Okay.
Who's the champion now?
I am finding it for you.
Something Junior. Yeah, but he looks cool. And I was like,
Pentagon Junior.
Pentagon Junior. That's a cool name. He looks like fucking Apocalypse, or like.
Also, he looks like a badass.
He looks like a Marvel villain. And I was like, who the hell is this guy?
Look at his mask.
Yeah, like, it looks like.
Can you see? Oh, it might be reflective.
Yeah, he looks like Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy. Looks mad. He looks like a badass Lapaka.
He looks like Lapaka with Finn Balor's demon theme.
I'm like, I need to check him out just by his look. He's probably shit, but you know.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, so let's try to cover more of the independent shows. Yeah,
we always say that, but
time is now.
WWE is just the rule of the
go-to,
world right now.
Yeah, rule of thumb. Unfortunately.
Okay, let's go.
So job of the week.
Do you want to go job of the week?
Yes.
Or you want to go superstar of the week?
Go low first.
Alright. Job of the week. You go first because I have to think.
I'm gonna say. Who'd I have?
Job of the week.
Sunil Singh, because what the fuck is he doing?
What is he doing?
What is he doing? Like, how does he contribute to a storyline? Being masked and then being unmasked by Randy Orton, and because of the separation from Jinder Mahal, like there's no tie there anyway. So are they giving him a push?
Yeah.
Because if so, he's pretty small to get any kind of traction. And he's easy to fling, according to Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So that's my job of the week.
Job of the week. Good. That's a good one, actually.
Doesn't belong. He's just the announcer. I mean, like.
I might go with his boss, Jinder Mahal.
Okay.
This is his downfall. Like, I don't see him coming up from this. Like, losing twice to Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And he has no direction now.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna go
and
anywhere.
he lost on Raw, so he lost to Chad Gable.
He lost to Chad Gable.
Yeah.
Lost to Chad.
Out
Gable.
of all, yeah.
Yeah. Job of the week for me is Jinder Mahal.
Yep.
All right. Superstar of the week. You want to go match of the week?
Match of the week, including
anything that you've seen in that match, like as long as it happened this week.
Okay.
Let me see. I think I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with the ladder match, even though it was underwhelming. It's still
safe and such. Yeah,
it was safe, but it still showcased a lot of great wrestling.
Yeah.
Great spots, but safer spots. They did what they can.
Yeah.
Without hurting each other, and it was still entertaining as hell. So I'm gonna go with that ladder match from the Greatest Royal Rumble.
I'm gonna go with the Iconics and Becky Lynch and Asuka, just because it gives
story
wise and good match for like women's. I mean, like on Raw it had the 10 women match, so like the women's revolution is getting a push, but these girls got the opening match for Smackdown, so that's pretty cool to see, and hopefully it evolves to more.
Yeah, hopefully. More. Superstar of the week.
Titus O'Neil.
I concur. Dude needs his props, man.
He needs it. And I saw this recreated on someone recreated this on WWE 2K18 as the entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
straight away. Hilarious. Yeah, so
this dude's gonna be copying it for the rest of his career. He deserves at least a superstar of the week from the Bars and Armbars crew.
Hopefully maybe a gimmick can come out of it,
Yeah, he should like
get a push from this.
Yeah, that'd be mad. That'd be mad. Like his gimmick should be he lives under the ring.
Yeah.
He just attacks people from
Yeah.
Just ditch the whole worldwide thing. Just be under the ring. Be local. It'll be fucking sick.
Maybe his entrance will be updated to like sliding to the other side of the ring and then coming out.
Or there's like a mini ring on the entrance ramp, and he slides from underneath and he comes up. So we'll see how we go. Titus O'Neil, this is the beginning of this could be something.
Yeah.
You know, this could be
Go
a big,
with it.
this
Just
could
go
be
with
your
it.
push.
Go with
But
it.
he deserves the superstar of the week.
Yeah, I
definitely. He pretty much saved the show for me.
That was the highlight. Even
The highlight,
beyond
man.
you know,
I never laughed and had a great time as much as I've seen him.
even
fall.
beyond Brock Lesnar getting speared through the cage. Like that was
Oh.
a heavy move, but that's a great move.
That's probably the worst match of the week.
Yeah.
To me, but we don't have that because we already have job of the week, which
Yep.
is we don't want to be too negative.
I didn't watch. Did you watch the match in its entirety? Because I only saw like one highlight, and that's
Yeah, it was.
Did they climb?
Yeah, they climbed.
Okay.
He had Brock Lesnar climbing,
Oh yeah.
which was
How like to the top or to like just the turnbuckle?
It
and
was
then-
it was uncomfortable.
Okay.
Man. It felt like I think he has a fear of heights or
well,
something.
based on when he did that shooting
He
star
didn't. He
press,
didn't. He didn't. Climb, as in he didn't lift his leg to climb to the other side. He was busy trying to lift his body up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was
Safe.
feeling. He was shaking.
Okay.
So
So he looked legitimately nervous.
He looked nervous.
Yeah,
as,
yeah.
So
Okay.
that was pretty funny to see.
Yeah.
So, but the ending was just shocker. Like, why would if you were Roman Reigns, why would you spear a Brock Lesnar who's on the other side of the ropes
Yep.
next to something that might break?
Yeah.
And the rules in your head is like if
You gotta the first person out wins. So if physics wise,
then again he actually won. So maybe his mindset he could back it up by saying my mind state was to spear him out of the thing,
Yep.
but I know that you have to put your legs first.
Yep.
Your both feet on the ground first. So I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, let's see on.
I got robbed.
Let's see on Raw what happened.
And then he's probably gonna add it to these part timers are the ones who get the leeway
and
and
then
the side.
Samoa Joe comes
the
out,
hideout.
shut up.
Yeah. That's the whole thing, man.
Yeah.
Hope so. But then I feel sorry for Samoa Joe because Roman Reigns has lost so many times that he's gonna win at Backlash.
To Samoa Joe. Yeah.
To Samoa Joe, he's been doing great.
Yeah.
So meh, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our top five.
So
Ah.
so top five for me. I wanted to step away from
Moments.
moments and turn it more into memories. So one of the things growing up was with wrestling is the video games that were made. So
The video games.
yes, the video games. So I was talking with Raph earlier, but starting off with WWF in your house on the Super Nintendos and the Mega Drive. So that was fun. It was really button mash heavy. You had the characters I remember was Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Undertaker, Doink the Clown.
What year was this?
I think 94 or 96.
Fuck, man.
So very 2D graphics, just side view. The movement in the ring. It kind of like a Ninja Turtles or a Double Dragon. The way you, but instead of moving stage by stage, you're just in the ring.
Okay.
You can go outside to get the chair. I think the mechanism was the more you tap, there was the power bar. So if you tap more, you have more position of you take more, so you win the hold or you win the move. And
I didn't know you were gonna go that far back. I thought you were gonna go at least starting off with Attitude or something.
Well, I was gonna get to Attitude, but I think it's worth mentioning the SNES ones. There was so many games made in the time frame, even Game Boy and such. But starting with the SNES one in your house, WWF Attitude, and then I guess the first one of that was Warzone. So I think with this one, it was the introduction of important one, letting you see wrestlers' entrances all the way to the ring, because Warzone, the one before that, was only showing the stage and them moving on the spot, but then that's it, and then cutting up, and then a bit of the Titantron. But the way that you played,
Did you say Titantron?
yeah, the Titantron.
Yeah, sorry, I had to point that out. Keep going,
The Titantron.
keep going, Johnny.
Keep going free. Yeah, so Attitude, the moves were similar to Tekken. You have to press certain directions and then a button, as opposed to the more recent ones where it's grapple and
Okay.
a strike.
Yeah.
And
It's more of
run.
a fighting game type
More
of thing.
fighting game, combination
cause
styles.
moves,
Yeah. So you're kind of like Tekken, Street Fighter, but
who started the grapple thing? It was THQ, yeah?
THQ started the grapple
Which
thing.
was WCW Revenge and stuff. That was probably the first one.
World Tour first.
World Tour, yeah.
Actually, that engine, the game engine, was based on the Japanese brand. I forgot the name is, but partnered with THQ.
I think it was like Akumi or something, because they had a revenge wrestler named after Aki or something.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. And he had the logo on his face.
Yeah, exactly. If you remember the intro to WCW Revenge, how Hogan's on the truck and Sting's like with the bat, and then it shows Sting's transition from white to red because he was joining the Wolfpack. But that game was fun too, and then that segued into like the WWF WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, was that before No Mercy, or is that after No Mercy?
That was before No Mercy. So No Mercy was the last THQ one for Nintendo 64.
I thought No Mercy was based on because I knew that it was based on Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys versus Edge.
Yes.
Which was 99 from my memory. So, and then WrestleMania 2000.
It wasn't WrestleMania 2000, but it was WrestleMania, and it definitely came out before No Mercy.
Okay, cool.
But I'm gonna check just to fact check
because like it wouldn't make sense on the timeline
to put it on the yeah
because I know No Mercy was based on the 99 No Mercy.
So it was called 2000, but it was released in 1999. Okay. But I'm sure No Mercy was released after that.
Same year?
Nah, it couldn't have been. It was the follow-up to WrestleMania, but in terms of release, it was released the year after. So that was No Mercy was released in 2000, but WrestleMania 2000 was released in 99.
And they had the special that introduced special moves. Actually, that was in Revenge.
Yeah, so coming from like I guess the THQ engine,
tap the joystick.
You hold the grapple A, and then you tap the joystick when you have the special bar field. And it was fun. Like I think.
Man, playing it now it's really slow.
It will be slow. It'll be blocky, pixelated. But I think little bits of improvements happened throughout the games. Like in Revenge, when you use a weapon, when you drop the weapon, it disappears.
Oh yeah. Then No Mercy.
No Mercy kept it. When both people try to reverse a move, they reverse strikes. They both like chest bump each other. You remember that one? Yeah. And then the cruiserweights they roll when they reverse something. So all the little things you remember. Entrances were fun. They had the corner announcements before each. And I think it was the introduction of like more set specific designs. So like seeing Bash at the Beach, set. Seeing what's WCW's biggest pay-per-view for the year?
Starcade.
Is it Starcade, right? Yeah. Starcade. So having the big diamond.
Yeah. But I think. They tried to make Super Brawl a thing. Yeah. Because that was the one that they kept numbering. Yeah. But Starcade was their big one. And
then Mayhem was like to tie in with the game, eh? And did you ever play WCW Mayhem?
I have it. I have it on N64.
Yeah. Remember how they made like backstage brawling a big thing from that one? And then even so that they made like the sequel to that game. Just backstage like in car park and whatever.
Which is
stupid as, but like they did it. So top 5, but these are just mentioning a whole bunch of things.
Top 5. I'll think of a top 5. You're talking of top 5. I'll probably just bounce off you because like you probably played more than I did.
So I'd say WWE Attitude.
Well, which way are we going? Are we numbering it, or are we just saying five good ones?
I'm gonna say 5 good ones because I cannot number it because they're all memorable to me. WWF Attitude. WCW/NWO Revenge.
Yeah, that was my first. That was my first wrestling game.
Yeah. WWF In Your House. I think that was my first wrestling game. WWF Smackdown 2, because I think one started something great in terms of like I think the career mode was interesting because it lets you interact and
then after like about 2005 onwards, it's pretty much the same game.
It's pretty much the same because like it's kind of choose your own adventure, but the writers didn't focus, like they didn't make the story unique. It's kind of like one way, whereas back then they had like stories that writers exclusively worked on, so you get like stories that aren't happening on the TV show but look like they could happen, instead of just generic, who's attacked this guy, and then spend like weeks trying to find out it was me and Vince McMahon style. So that was Smackdown, and I guess introducing the different way to control that one is fun.
Okay.
The way they did finishes wasn't the joystick anymore. It was like R2, I think.
Yeah.
When you had the finisher full, and a lot of more aerial moves. from what I remember. WCW Nitro.
I think
that was
PC.
fun. That was fun because of the way that they had like the rants and it looked kind of.
I only had the demo, so I could only play Goldberg and Hulk Hogan.
Oh wow, those were only two.
They're the only.
I think
two.
I had the same demo on PC.
Yeah, I played and then I just watched the promos. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So
over and over. So yeah, I think those were my 5: WWF Attitude, WCW Revenge, WWF In Your House, WWF Smackdown, and WCW Nitro.
Okay, I'm gonna give No Mercy a shout out because that was a game changer for me.
I guess because that was the last one. Like that was the masterpiece.
Yeah, it added to it had the leave the weapon on the ground thing. It added the extra long entrances because before that it was just the entrance ramp. And this one they went in the ring and did a thing.
Yeah.
And I think this one had the custom make a wrestler,
create a wrestler,
which is good. Yeah, and then you could in the character selection page you can make your own stables.
Yes.
So I remember that. So that was a big impact on me. My first game was Revenge, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
And then the next game I got was No Mercy. I never got the WrestleMania one.
Yeah.
I'll give Mayhem a shout out because I had that game. And the cool thing about it for me that struck me is like, oh, this is a faster gameplay.
Yeah.
But
slightly,
but like the rest was like the graphics was subpar. It looked good at the time.
I had a poster on my wall too.
Yeah,
actually.
It looked good at the time, but the gameplay is shit as.
And I think they were trying to tie in the rebrand because they changed the logo to the longer WCW.
The longer one.
But it was okay.
It was alright.
Like the gameplay wasn't the most memorable, but when it came, I guess the look of it, like you said, and
the entrances were so shit.
And then, like I said, the backstage fighting they introduced,
the backstage stuff was great.
It was an experimental piece because they didn't use. I don't think they used THQ. Might have used someone else.
It was EA Sports.
Yeah, so EA Sports, they've only had a decent run recently in terms of like UFC, but with the wrestling games,
nah, not with Mayhem. Mayhem was it was good, but right now thinking about it, it's pretty trash.
Yeah, I agree.
They're my only honorable mentions. That's it.
I mean, like, did you ever, while we're on the topic of video games, like Days of Reckoning or the ones on like I think there was GameCube, there was Dreamcast.
No, that was an ECW one, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, but I don't think I got to play that one.
Pretty sure there's a TNA one laying around.
How about like the SmackDown versus Raw series?
Oh yeah, all that, and then
Here Comes the Pain.
I got SmackDown versus Raw 2007, I think 2009.
Yeah.
That was good. Like it was
getting more
pretty much
right?
like because from each game that I bought, it actually had a progression.
Yeah.
And
whereas now it's more like roster update and then
and I haven't played any of 2K stuff from what I remember. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's the same as it was. It's just different buttons and.
I think you might get like that excitement because since you haven't played it, like it'll be a fresh new feeling. But
what's that one that we played at Lookman's house? Where we did the Money in the Bank for like 2 hours. Was that a 2K or is that?
It was a 2K.
Okay, cool. So I played a 2K.
You've played a 2K. I'm guessing it's like maybe the WWE
11,
maybe 13 even.
I wouldn't think it'd be 13 because CM Punk was the thing, and I would have chose CM Punk.
Oh yeah. Okay, so maybe 11 or 12.
I think it was 11 or 12. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was fun.
Sweet. Yeah. So I played a 2K. So yeah.
But if you played one now, you'd probably.
I haven't played anything
because like 2K. One like PS4 graphics now and like Xbox One graphics, and then everything's more lifelike, more realism to it. But then like in terms of that arcadey fun feel, if it's there,
they should make one full on not Street Fighter, like Street Fighter styles actually. So there
is an arcadey one actually. It's the one with like the older wrestlers, like Ultimate Warrior, and they're really jacked up.
They did a Legends one.
Yeah, that one.
WWE Legends or something. Or I was thinking Legends of Tomorrow, but that's something else.
Yeah.
Man. They should just make one just full 2D Street Fighter styles, and they could have like ridiculous moves. Like Undertaker could throw thunder at you, and Roman Reigns also actually throws spears at you.
So if they took maybe Mortal Kombat's engine, because Mortal Kombat's engine, they applied it to the DC,
Glacier for sure.
To the DC, to the DC comics one, like Injustice.
You should do one just for like wrestling.
Actually, no, they do that for they have a phone application game.
Okay, I haven't played that one.
I forgot what it's called, but
do they actually have Unreal like moves?
They don't have
Or is it just wrestling?
half and half, because like the settings are Unreal. Like you're in the graveyard for Undertaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're wrestling.
Yeah. It's like actually it's similar to Injustice. I think it's the same engine now that I think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that does exist, but not on a big platform, just on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's video games, guys. Video games.
Yeah.
Always great. My flashback moment is gonna be 2011 Money in the Bank, John Cena versus CM Punk. That storyline and that match.
Yeah. Is this the pipe bomb one?
This is the pipe bomb
Yeah,
storyline that leads into one of the probably my favorite match of all time, which is that match, the main event of Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
That was a great event altogether.
Yeah.
It had the Money in Bank matches, which always deliver.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
And then it had Christian versus Randy Orton, I think it was. And then it also had, I forgot what it was, but I remember being at a very solid event. Like,
you could watch it start to end. Right?
Yeah, I could watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
Especially that match, John Cena versus CM Punk.
Yeah.
Half an hour of magic, you know? Like,
in the build up to it, I think like the Raws were quite interesting. Like,
yeah, the pipe bomb.
Yep.
When I first saw that, I was like, oh, is this real?
Yeah.
Is this legit?
Yeah.
But then sooner or later, like down the track, you knew that it was kind of a work and everything. But at the time,
but he got to say what he wanted to say.
Yeah, at the time, he actually got the company's trust to be like, here you go, just say what you want to say, just make sure it works, and then you could say, like, at the time now when you look at it, he kept promoting the Money in Bank the way you usually promote it.
Yes.
So you could tell it's a bit of a work.
Yeah.
But he added so much different layers to it that it had a real punch to it.
Yeah.
And then the week after, it's like, usually like, all right, this is the promo of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then the whole Vince McMahon thing.
Yeah. That
like the negotiation of contract.
Yeah, it adds to that.
It adds to it, and then it adds to his story of leaving or not.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, I haven't seen his Ring of Honor days. This is the WWE version, because he did something similar to in Ring of Honor, where he was about to leave to go to WWE, and then he did a massive heel turn in his farewell match.
Yeah.
Like, afterwards, he's like thanking everyone, and then after that, he just demolishes the crowd with his promo, and then turns heel.
Yeah.
And then another 2 weeks, he continued the feud with someone, I forgot. But apparently that was awesome at the time.
Yeah.
Because it was something that you never seen. And then now this is the second version of it.
Yeah.
And the promo he delivered was on point. Like, I could watch that over and over again.
And this is against John Cena, the one, like, you know, the face that runs the place at that time and point.
Yeah, and the points he made, like, I'm sick of that. The way I'm sick that The Rock just comes in and becomes the main event of WrestleMania. Like, you could feel it.
Yeah.
This is what he was feeling, and this
heat was there.
And this is what other people were feeling, as in, like, whether it be other wrestlers or the crowd, fans.
Yep.
This was directly for the internet fans to run with, and normal casual fans be like, oh, is this real? Is this fake?
And I guess this is what they were trying to replicate with Roman, like trying to say, you know, I'm always here, Rock's not here. Blah,
without
blah.
this promo, we wouldn't have had the John Cena versus Rock promo at the first time.
Agreed.
Like,
yeah, because there was a major dislike. Like,
definitely,
you know, it would look pretty genuine, and then I think they've made up over the recent years, but at that time.
Like, don't get me wrong, before this promo, there was a lot of shoot promos.
Yeah.
I still, like, what I vaguely remember was Vince Russo promo against Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And then you have some other promos that were shoots, like full on off script.
Yeah.
Felt real and everything. But this one, it kind of spawned more promos similar to that.
Yeah.
Like, you have, what I remember is AJ Lee's one against the Total Divas ones.
Yeah.
So, and then, but back to CM Punk's one.
Yes.
Like, this was electric. And then the promo afterwards with Vince McMahon, that was more electric.
Yeah.
Even though that seemed a bit more worked.
Mm-mm.
But it actually, I think the way it connected to the audience is like, everyone hates their boss.
Yeah.
Well, most people hate their boss.
Yeah.
And
shouts out to the boss.
Yeah, it's like people are like, I wish I could say this to my boss, you know.
Yeah.
This guy is actually speaking my mind, so that's when.
So that's what resonated with, like, the fans most.
Yeah, so everyone backed him up.
Yeah.
And then WWE is so smart that it's in the Money in the Bank pay-per-views in Chicago, his hometown.
Ah, yeah.
And that's when everyone's gonna go rabid.
They're gonna lose their shit. Yeah.
They're gonna lose their, like, no matter what, they're gonna lose their shit. But this one put him over the edge that even other people's gonna lose their shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when it came to Money in the Bank,
convert the non-believers even.
yeah, and he had the perfect opponent, John Cena, who's hated by most
the
people
most
anyway.
fabled, superstar kind of.
And then that was just a great way of controlling how to market.
Yeah.
And great work from CM Punk because he's a great promo deliverer.
He talks on the mic, quite well.
And John Cena can do it as well. Like the promo, which was the one before, I think the Go Home show. For the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like John Cena brought it.
Yeah.
He was talking about how, like, you're fake. You just do this and do that. You say you're the voice of the people.
Yeah.
And then CM Punk flipped it, saying that you wish you were the underdog, which is what I am now.
Yeah.
You are the Boston Celtics, the Red Sox, and all that. The way he flipped it, I was like, oh my god. And then that was the whole storyline built.
And then the match itself.
The match itself. Let's go to the match itself. I don't know. Like, this one did what This did false finishes really well.
Yeah. And
the story was told in that match.
Was this around the time when they started introducing multiple finishes, false finishes?
Yeah. I think this one like pushed it over the edge. Yeah. To me,
just kick out of whatever. Like every single. Yeah. Yeah,
and it showed like desperation and what everything like meant. Like John Cena, he's pretty much WWE now.
Yeah.
And then CM Punk is the rebel against it, and everyone going against the entrances. I want to go back to the entrances. The crowd pops, and the ovation that CM Punk got, and then what made it even better is the ovation that John Cena got, the boos and everything. Oh man, that I wish I was.
That's probably
there.
when John Cena sucks chant probably.
Yeah, I was just like, this is crazy.
You wanted to be there.
I've never seen like I don't think anyone like all the reviews I got that the pay-per-view got. They always mentioned the reaction of that. The feeling, the atmosphere, it's just never replicated. Like I don't think it has been replicated ever since then. I think the last time it was like that. It was Hogan versus The Rock. In WrestleMania. Once in a lifetime. Yeah, once in a lifetime thing. They tried to replicate it with John Cena versus The Rock.
Yeah, twice in a lifetime.
Doesn't even make sense. But back to the match, back and forth. Story been told. Yeah. It was great. Like there was some sloppy parts, but it was forgivable because the match itself, the story that it brought, It carried it, and like these guys held their own. This was on top of their game. Yeah. And then I like the ending. The ending was like Vince McMahon trying to do the Montreal screw job on CM Punk because he was so desperate to keep the belt in WWE. Yeah. But John Cena's character, you knew that he was like, nah, man, no, not like this. I want to win fair and square. And it became his downfall. Yeah. And it worked with CM Punk's character being the rebel, like fucking the system up, as well as winning as much, at any cost. Yeah. It added to his character. So everyone played their characters, and the ending made sense. And in that run-in was pretty much, it worked. It like usually a run-in is like, oh fuck, this it ruined the match, but it added to the match. Yeah. And then the best thing was that no one knew how it was. Everyone was expecting John Cena to win. Like, CM Punk's gonna leave. All right, cool. Yeah. We're gonna get John Cena to win. That would have been a cop out. Yeah. Especially in Chicago. Yeah, definitely. But they actually went that direction, and everyone's like, "Oh, CM Punk won," and I was like, when it count down to 3, that was the first time I was like, oh, in a long time I was like, oh, they actually went with it. Yeah. So. Yeah, that was probably one of the reasons why that match was the best. Yeah. Like, it was one of my favorites. I watch it all the time.
Wait, who ran in again?
Vince McMahon. And
John Laurinaitis. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And then he was telling John Laurinaitis to run to the bell and tell him to ring it. And then John Cena comes out and then punches him in the face. It was already in the STF. Yeah. Like, and then... Yeah, he walks up to Vince McMahon saying, I'm not going to go down like that, whatever. Yeah. And then that's when he went back to the ring, got into the GTS, and then 1, 2, 3. And then the downfall. Yeah, okay. It showed how desperate Vince McMahon was, and it showed how John Cena's like too much of a good guy. Too goody, yeah. And at the end, they both messed up. Yeah. So, that was great. Like, I don't want to talk about what happens afterwards because I reckon that kind of messed up the storyline. Yeah. But between the pipe bomb promo and that end of the match, that was just perfect. Like that was the time. Like, I think all the reviews were like, you know, I wasn't criticizing anything because I was just enjoying it as a fan because the ride was just awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't
Very
think
memorable.
like they do have a couple of storylines that actually reach that level, but this is gonna be the one that I'll always look back to.
Yeah.
So that's why it's my moment in time.
And I think to cross reference that with video games, he had his own story showcase mode in one of the
It would be 13, wouldn't it? That's when he was on the cover.
Yes. Did you have that one?
I've seen the cover of it.
So maybe you should get that, like, just to play through. And
no, so you get to play in that storyline.
Yes,
that's awesome.
And he'll give you the cutscenes that lead up to it as well. Yeah.
So and I was thinking when he went to that match, when he did his entrance, it had his old music.
Yeah.
Because that was before the Cult of Personality, which is his new one.
Yeah.
I don't think Cult of Personality would have gotten that much of an atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because it's not that you don't get hype from it. But this music is like full heavy metal.
I can't remember what that version was.
It was heavy metal type.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. Like it added to the atmosphere, and I don't know. That's one of the times when the music.
Did he do his signature? Like,
he did that.
It's clobbering time.
That was kind of like the early stages. Like I know that he was doing it all of his career, but he didn't do it in every entrance.
Yeah, and maybe the camera didn't capture it every time.
Yeah, but I think that was the first time he was actually,
circling the ground and then like
looking at the time,
and
then
it's clobbering time.
Yeah. I remember that. So yeah. Match of the.
And now he's gonna have a UFC fight. So.
Yeah, so he's on a losing streak. He's trying to do something
quite
different.
A different
you should just come back to the wrestling world.
Drop another pipe bomb. But yeah, that was good.
All right, is that the end of the podcast?
I think that was a good run. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah. Just waiting for a run in from Richard
to run in like that. So shout outs to Titus O'Neil. And yeah. All right, cool. That has been another episode of Bars and Armbars with Raf and Johnny Howe. You can find us at Instagram,
at the Cheatcoders,
Facebook, and YouTube at the Cheatcoders.
Yes. Awesome.
Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bam.